Hi, you're watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff, Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our networks and channels. I'm Mike Morrell here in San Antonio, and that young man is.
Jim Johnston, Youngstown, Ohio.
As you can see, Jim and I are practicing our social distancing.
That's right.
As we have been all along here at Tequila.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so you and I have done a lot of ready to drinks that have come on the market. They're flooding the market now, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm really happy to try this one. This was brought to our attention by the gentleman who won gold medal last year, Azulana. This one is interesting. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is called Elenita. And it comes in two different flavors. Now, what makes this ready to drink so different, it's that it's made with mezcal. This is the first mezcal ready to drink. Okay, this was made possible by one of the co-owners, Michael Noriega, who said, "Enjoy ice cold out of the can. Flip and twirl to mix natural juices." Well, we're gonna flip and twirl because there's no soda water. Okay, but
oh, that's right. This isn't carbonated, so there's no
carbonated.
It's going to blow up in my face.
Yeah, well, we hope not. Otherwise,
who knows? Could be fun.
We're going to do like we always have. We're going to taste it first at room temp, and then we're going to put ice in it and see what it tastes like chilled. Okay, so and rather than break down all the information, we're just going to taste it first. We're going to pop it open. This one is the lime and cucumber, right? Lime. Oh no, cucumber, lime, and basil.
So it is carbonated.
Yikes! Hey, all righty. Woohoo! I just had a waterfall. Okay. Well, that was exciting. Hey, Michael, thanks for the joke, man. Michael Noriega, I got a bone to pick with you, bro.
It is carbonated. Okay.
Yeah, it is. Well, there's something here, but
gently twirl.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, now the smell of cucumber and
I know that. You know what? We don't have to nose it. It's right.
Yeah, it's right there. It's all over our hands.
Smell the disc.
You didn't get any on your keyboard, did you?
No. In front of me just a little bit, but
it smells wonderful.
It really does.
It's got a great mezcal nose. I think when I spilled it, I could smell the cucumber.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, this is extremely mezcal forward.
Yeah, and it's natural flavor. It's very that cucumber almost smells like you've got a cucumber cut up and garnishing the drink here.
Thank you, dear. Thank you to my producer, Lisa Peach, who is off screen picking up my mess. This has got a really healthy nose. Now you and I have done a few mezcals together. So now, to be fair, this is made with espadín only, and I'll give you some of the other particulars a little bit later. But right now, as I go, and I poured it in a rocks glass. So
right.
On the side, on what I'm getting on this side, I'm getting the cucumber. Right in the center, I get all the mezcal comes right up to greet you. There's no mistaking what it is.
I'm just getting a touch of lime. It's not really a strong lime scent on it. The cucumber really stands out.
I'm not getting any basil though, and I'm not sure why that is. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it on the intake.
Yeah.
We haven't sipped any yet, but you know what? Let's give it a try at room temp and see what it tastes like here. Wow.
The mezcal smoke is there.
Yes.
It is not lost. And I think the basil gets lost on the nose because the oil and the smoke smell of a basil, that kind of pungent smell, mimics the espadín smoke and vegetal. It's kind of a combo.
Well, I got something on the back end, on on the not on the retronasal so much as on the finish, toward the rear of my palate. And I think that was basil.
The basil is there a little bit, but it's very subtle and it blends pretty well.
Yeah. Where are you getting the basil? Where are you sensing it? I'm sensing it on the rear of my palate, rear of my tongue.
That's kind of where I'm getting it. Up front is that definitely the mezcal comes through all the way.
Yes.
The lime is just a hint of the lime, and it's more of an afterthought for me, but it's just kind of there throughout as a little baseline. The basil's towards the back, but where the mezcal smoke comes in at the back for me is where that basil flavor kind of comes in, and it blends together. It's none of these flavors stand out by themselves.
No, it's a really fun. We've had mezcals that were considered medleys. Where you have a espadín with Madre Cuiche or something like that. There's 2 or 3, either two plants or sometimes 3. Like El Silencio has 3 plants in it. This is almost like a medley. It really. Okay, well, let's chill it. I'm gonna throw some ice on it and go from there and let it open up a little bit. And while we're letting the ice chill it a little bit, we'll give you the particulars. Okay, Elenita is right now at this point the first mezcal ready to drink on the market, and they can actually say that because if you're looking right here, see that. That right there is the official. Yeah, it's the gnome. And as those of you who are into mezcal will know that you snap that tag on a QR code reader and it takes you to the CRM website. It's their version of the gnome list, and it'll give you a lot more information on who the master distiller is and all of that stuff. At this point, they are working with the CRM. I'm not even sure that it will show up on their gnome list on the website. But it is there. It's 100% agave espadín. It says artisanal sparkling. I should have said that. I should have looked at that cocktail. Why he said flip it and twirl it, but anyway.
Flip and twirl, not shake.
Yeah, we
might have gotten a little too aggressive with the flip and twirl.
This is a 6.5% alcohol by volume. It is a 12-ounce can. Cucumber, lime, and these are imported out of Miami, Florida. Okay, so
I'm going to throw this out here, and this is just. I've been nosing this thing for a bit now. And this is a term that they use a lot in Scotch. This smells like hay. Dry, like if you ever have dried hay or drying hay out in the field, the smoke on this with the kind of vegetal nature of the nose, it smells like dried hay. Not in a bad way. That pleasant kind of fresh hay smell.
It's fresh hay, not baled hay, in other words, because baled hay is a bit drier.
Right, but I mean not like just fresh cut hay. This smells like.
I'd say the nose is a bit muted now that it's chilled a little bit and watered down. The mezcal is still there though. Wow.
I pick up more of the lime now that the ice is on it.
Yep. And after the lime, I get the espadín. Lime comes forward once it's chilled.
Right.
Oh. It's very pleasant on the retronasal too.
It is, and it's this is it. The mezcal doesn't get lost in this, and you can definitely taste it. This is a cocktail for a mezcal enthusiast, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. you know, I personally, I'm surprised at the nose being so prominent with only a 6.5% alcohol by volume. That tells me that the that the agave that they're using and the method that they're using to cook the agave is really shining through. I think in my opinion, also it would be a great gateway for people who are afraid of the smokiness and afraid of the, you know, now when I hear the term smokiness or smoky, it reminds me of when people call, say, tequila, oh, I can't stand the burn. And
Right.
what I mean, it's almost a cliche because it really isn't the smoke that you're smelling. It's the baked agave espadín. And
Right.
the smoke, you know, if it's distilled properly, you and I know that the smoke is almost an afterthought. It's
Right.
there. What you want is you want the characteristics of the plant to come out. And I think for people who just can't get past a certain aspect of real mezcal or the high proof mezcals or even the gateway mezcals, I think this is a good way of experimenting to see whether your interest is piqued enough to try something a little bit more traditional.
Yeah, it mutes what people mistake as the pure smoke flavor that you get on mezcal. It does, with this carbonation, get a little bit more of that baked sense. And I think if you're trying to really separate what the flavor profile is, this actually does it with the carbonation and the other flavors added. It gives it more bake than smoke. So people that want to work their way up, I would agree with you there.
So what do you think? Do you like it? Would this is I'm really pleased with it. Honestly, you can't.
I am too. I would say, once again, like some of the other ready to drinks, I'd probably throw a twist of lime in there just to brighten up that citrus a little bit on it. But otherwise, I like it. I like the flavor profile. I like the elements it brings to a sparkling cocktail. There's not. I mean, I don't think there's any sparkling cocktails that have this kind of flavor profile in them. They tend more towards the sweet than the smoky or the baked kind of side, and I like this.
Yeah, I do too. I think I don't know how they come together with with their combinations, because we're gonna, if you stay with us shortly, we have one more flavor to try from Elenita. It's like I say, brand new on the market. You can follow them on Instagram. They're very, very approachable guys. I believe there's more than one owner. The gentleman that we dealt with, his name is Michael Noriega. And I love the name. I love their logo. I mean, I think it's
can looks cool.
The branding is really cool. And I don't see why this will not catch on, because I really feel that I think it explains a lot to the people who aren't sure what the buzz is about mezcal. And I said to you earlier, one of our previous RTD shows, I said it'll only be a matter of time before we see them made with Bacanora.
Yeah.
You have a friend of yours that is working on a ready to drink that's like a rum and coke version.
Right.
So I think this is good. I know that right now the ready to drinks is kind of like it's a gold rush to get in it.
Yeah.
And as we've seen, some of them are doing it really well with tequila. Some of them are kind of slapping it together, hoping that they'll make money on the market. But this mezcal,
this is good, and it keeps that flavor profile pretty well with carbonation and flavor.
So there it is, folks. That's a Brand of Promise nominee. It is the only. Right now, it's running on a post. It's the only mezcal ready to drink on the market. That's Elenita, natural flavors of cucumber and lime and basil. But that's our take on this flavor. But if you stick with us, we have one more iteration to do, and that'll be coming out shortly. In the meantime, you have listening and watching to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. Please subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. Hit that notification bell. Like this video. Share it, with all your friends. Listen to us on the podcast also, because if you're driving, or maybe you're just stuck at home, and you want to listen to something different. Our podcasts are downloadable. They're free. So go ahead and sign up. But whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.